I took my vertical from 24 to 50.5 inches, and I was able to do that by using the same methods that have been around in track and field for over 100 years. Track and field is a sport that's about objectively running faster and jumping higher. And the first time that I ever talked to my coach, John, he asked me what would happen if a pro dunker as talented as you trained like a professional track and field athlete. And what you see me doing now is the result of that. And today we're actually going to be going over how we apply the THP training principles that we took from the best minds in track and field and apply it back to a hurdler. So THP isn't just good at making you jump higher, it's also good at making you run faster. Hope you guys enjoy the video. You're going to learn a lot about how to program for any sport. Hope you guys can get at least one thing that's going to help you improve.
I pretty much set up the meeting to hopefully go over with you guys the next several months of training leading up into my indoor track season. So I just finished up my season like a week or two ago. So I was just hoping to discuss you guys about setting up to have a good season pretty much.
Are you multi, long jump, triple jump? What's your top of it?
110 hurdles.
Oh, okay. Were you at USATFs?
No. I went to their New England championships they had. I was not running fast enough to qualify for actual USATFs.
Are you post-collegiate?
So I left college. I did my freshman year, and this past year is technically a gap year in between college.
So technically you would be what, like a junior in college?
Yeah, I'd be heading into my junior year.
Okay. What's your 110 time? Like 14 something?
It's 15.4, but I didn't execute my race as well this season.
What do you think you could run, like best day ever, kind of put it together?
I think I could probably do a 14.8. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a 100 time or 30-meter time or anything?
No, I've never run the 100. I talked to my coach. Basically, if we were to run a 100, he'd want me to run a good time. So if it's anything slower than like a 10.8, he wouldn't want me in it.
Okay. Yeah. So how tall are you? 6'2"?
No. So barefoot, I'm about 6'7".
Holy hell. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so that helps a lot.
Yeah.
How's your mobility?
I'm really mobile.
Okay, so that's two major areas that we don't have to fix, because that's usually one of the biggest constraints in the hurdles is guys want to be better, but they don't have the hip mobility to hit positions. For you, that's going to be less of a concern, which bodes in your favor. You're planning on doing like a full macro cycle all the way into indoor?
Yeah, pretty much like the next 4 or 5 months. I'm hoping to open up at some point in December. I don't know if it's going to be like early or late December, but.
Okay, so Zay, put him on extensive 2 starting. Have you trained today?
No, I have practices in the evening throughout the week.
So what I want you to do, the biggest thing in the off season is increasing volume and work capacity. So we need to do that first, and that's just going to be a lot of volume. So your sessions are going to be long. They're not going to be easy, and that's okay. Since you're coming off the season, you're actually in pretty good shape. Like you can still sprint and things like that. I don't like guys to take off too much time. I find that they end up detraining a shit ton and then they get hurt. We're just going to move right into it. Zay, I think it's extensive 2. Whatever one has less tempo volume, you'll see I think it's extensive 2 first. Actually, I lied. I think it's extensive 2 first. Yeah, put that one in. And then the following month, Zay, load up extensive 1 following that up. So these cycles I write for a lot of collegiate world-class athletes, stuff like that. And it kind of mirrors like Boosh Exnator, Dan Path. I don't know if you know those names. You should. Yep. But who do you work with? Chabon, Andrew?
No, okay. I have my own coach. I live in New England. So I have a coach. I go down. He's in the Boston area.
Okay. All right. I was just curious. The biggest thing with this, again, like I said, is just accumulating volume. And then the other thing is we don't really want you to get too far away from hurdles. What I would tell you, are you going to work with him through, what's your plan? Like until the indoor season, or are you just doing it for a little while or what?
No, so I'm out of college. I'm not going back to college. So I'm training year round with my coach.
Okay, good. So what I would tell you is plan essentially, I would probably do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday sessions with him. And then what I want you to do is take the Excel volume, so the total volume, and I want you to do that much volume in the hurdles. So half the volume I want Excel volume, half the volume I want in hurdle volume. I don't want any more than 300 meters of sprint volume total. Like for example, if you have, I think the first session is 20, 30, 40 by 3. So that's, 50 plus 90 times 3, 270. So half that volume needs to be on the hurdles. Right now, you can probably discount them, 1 height and move them in about 6 inches and start working on rhythm. Are you guys doing that right now?
Yeah. So like this past week, we were doing longer hurdle intervals for hurdle endurance.
Okay.
So I was doing more 5-step work just to build up. We use the hurdle days not only just to get better at hurdling, but it's a
Sprint
good
volume.
training stimulus for general fitness as well.
Yeah, I
So
agree. You still need like I would assume I'd have to watch your hurdling to see. So if you have a video, do you have a video on your phone right now?
yeah, I can.
Yeah, go ahead,
Send
pull that up. And I
that.
just need to see, I kind of need to see the run so that I can tell you where, you're maybe fucking up. I would assume you're probably casting the lead leg down out in front of you, or the trail leg, I'm sorry, off the hurdle, but I'll be able to
Mhm.
tell pretty quickly. And being 6'7", your repositioning is going to be a lot harder because your limbs are so long.
Yeah.
So you don't have to hit quite as extreme positions as those guys. Have you thought about the multi?
No, you would never catch me running a 400.
Yeah, but you're 6'7", so that's
Yeah.
that bodes well for that sport, that event.
Yeah. I just don't have the strength for that. Pretty light for someone my height.
Oh, we can develop
That's
that.
that's where we come in.
Yeah, no, you working with you guys, I got significantly leaner because my dumbass in college decided to
Bulk.
go on a bulk because
Just a quick reminder, guys, if you want us to coach you to jump higher, go to thpstrength.com. It's currently 90% off your first month. And within 24 hours of you signing up, you'll be on a call with one of the coaches on my team to help write your training plan and answer any questions that you may have. So if you're ready to make a change in your athletic career, go sign up, thpstrength.com. Now back to the video.
I was wicked undersized. I was like 155 and I was like 6'6". And so
Yeah,
then
that's a little too light.
yeah, so then I bulked a little too hard. I got up to 200, but the
Were people like, "Who are you?" Were they like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, it was a significant change. But then after that, I think I talked to you about it. You helped me through a little bit with it. I cut down to 182 and then
That's probably a good weight, right?
yeah, and then I slowly built back up, slowly built up muscle till I was about 190, 191.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
now
I think Fabian's 98 kilos, which is just under 220.
Mhm.
And I mean, he's diced and his legs are massive and he's very fast. I think you could get lean muscle mass up to 195, probably 200, and you would be like in really, really good shape as long as the mass was in the right spots.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of had like little checkpoints to set for myself almost. So like a more short-term goal I had was to be about 190 and like just about 10% body fat and then
Yeah.
like 195 and like closer to like 8-9% body fat, so on and so
Yeah, that's
forth.
good. That would be perfect. The biggest take home right now is going to be that you got to get faster and we have to
Absolutely.
keep doing the hurdles. So you're going to keep him, you're going to work with him how many times a week? Can you do Monday through Friday?
Yeah, that's actually that's the days of the week he sets aside for
Perfect.
practice. We have it's a whole team that he has.
Okay.
It's a whole club team that he works with. So he has
Okay. So, I
a lot
mean,
of guys.
you're going to be in pretty good shape. Are you training in the evening?
Yeah, it's usually at like 7 p.m.
So do your lift in the morning and then go to the track and then do the session with him. The only thing you're probably going to need to add are the accelerations. Who's this coach? Who is it?
His name's Jeff Rockwood. He used to be on the USATF board for New England's, but he worked with a lot of guys. I know he was telling me during quarantine era, so he's really good friends with Maurice Green.
Oh,
So
really?
during COVID, he Maurice invited them out to where he lives and they all trained with him. He had like facilities that they were accommodating the team for.
Mo Green, I'm pretty sure is a known doper, but I
Oh
still think
yeah.
that's fucking sick.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So my coach, he works with a lot of post-collegiate athletes. He had a triple jumper. I think he was in the high 16-meter range.
Hmm.
He was placing good at USA's. I don't know if he competed this year. I know
Who was it?
I fucking forget his name. I think it's his name's Nate Nathaniel. I don't know his last name though.
That
And
sounds super familiar.
he also we have a lot of guys that come from Northeastern University
Hmm.
that work with him in the off season. We had a guy actually, their 100 record holder. He runs 10-1. He graduated last year, so he's been working on the team with me. So that's one of my
Wow.
teammates.
Yeah, so I mean, outside of that, that's pretty much. I mean, you're definitely in good hands there. The
Yeah.
biggest thing is just going to be watching the volumes, the sprint volumes. So just try not to go above that. Like 350 is like the absolute limit I would do for acceleration and max V. Max V, I don't like guys to do more than like 100 meters of true max velocity work unless you're moving into speed endurance. endurance, and in which case you can go up to about 300, 350, but even that's starting to push it. So like
Yeah.
you could do 3 120s or something like that, and that would be like the absolute most that I would recommend. So try to stay below that threshold. If you're a little bit lighter, you can sometimes get away with it, and you're relatively injury resilient, I guess, or anti-injury prone, you're good. But outside of
Mhm.
that, yeah, those would be the big recommendations I would make.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
So any other questions, stuff that you wanted to go over?
I have some bullet points. I mean, you covered the bases really well. The biggest thing was I had it written down, which you immediately talked about it, increasing overall fitness and my work capacity. Because now that I'm out of season, I wanted to actually
Yeah,
really hammer down some volume because I joined the team fairly late last year, so I kind of missed the whole like
like
fall
fitness
conditioning.
building and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, that stuff will be fine. Like Tuesday, Thursdays, you're going to be at the track doing extensive tempo. That stuff, I don't want you lactic. So don't, like,
Mhm.
your legs should not be burning. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You should just feel in your lungs. I was telling Josh's brother, I was like, if you got to increase the rest period, or, an alternative thing you can do is set a timer instead of doing distances. That'll
Hmm.
pretty much help you maintain like aerobic glycolysis, or, if you get a little bit of anaerobic glycolysis, you're not moving so far into like the was it the Krebs cycle, and producing a lot of lactate and like acidosis and shit, because that can really kind of dysregulate things. The goal of those days is to reset, not to blow yourself up, but it still
Yeah.
maintains volume, and it'll help you with body composition and fluidity and elasticity. So try to be careful with that. Do you have any injuries or stuff?
No, I was actually very surprised. Usually all my past seasons I kind of end fairly beat up. I had a little bit of back pain by the end of the season, but I've been managing it well.
Okay. Are you doing like Big 3 and walks and stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah, so
Good.
the normally I would just do like regular core
Yeah,
every other day
that's
for
gonna
practice.
fuck you up if you do that.
Yeah, exactly. So once I realized my back was flaring up, I cut out the core and I was doing the McGill Big Three. And then once that started getting better, I started adding more like
Yeah.
isometric holds for my core exercises.
Yeah, that's good. Keep doing that stuff. If you have access to a belt squat, that is a really good tool. Like
Mhm.
sometimes travel and stuff like that. I was in West Virginia last weekend. This weekend I'm in Missouri.
Mhm.
And, my low back, when I get back, I know I was going to be pissed off. So Wednesday, I'm definitely going to be on the belt. Well, maybe we'll see if I can do some quarter rhythm squats at some egregious weight,
Yeah.
but that's probably what it's looking like I'm going to do. So, that's always a really, really good option. Do you have access to anything like that or no?
Belt squat? No,
You can
I
always sub
don't.
in leg extension alternatively, but that's like a good combo that works well when you can't squat heavy, is
Mhm.
do leg extension hip thrust, because then you get, anterior and posterior chain loading, and then you
Yeah.
can still get like the volume in. So that's a good substitute, but you should, for the most part, you'll be good. You don't have any Achilles issues?
No, my all my tendon health's been really good, other than sometimes if I have a really, really big hurdle day, my semitendinosus can get flared up. But
Yeah.
I've talked to my coach about it plenty of times. This season, he's only been having me hurdle once a week just to make sure my hamstring can actually recover for the days we
Okay.
sprint and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah,
been working well.
that's probably smart. I used to have that too, like compression down by the back of my knee. Is yours proximal or distal? Is it like up by your butt or down by your knee?
It's like in the middle almost.
Really? That's
Yeah.
rare. Like in the
Yeah.
middle of your hamstring?
Yeah, like
That's
where
muscle,
like
dude. There's no way that can be tendon if that's
is
what
it
that is.
muscular?
It has to be. If
It
it's
was
up,
just
if
because it
it's up like,
was
oh, hold on, let me see. If it's like up in here, like
yeah.
you would feel hamstring tendon down here. Like you
Okay,
can
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
literally see like my hamstring tendon, like I can
Mhm.
flick past it like that.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
tendon comes up, but then in here, this is the junction between the two. So if you're feeling pain up in here, it's either neural, or that's gonna be muscular. So that
Okay.
you have to be really careful with. Right
Hmm.
now is the time where you can really kind of like build up the tolerance in your hamstrings.
Yeah, that's
So
what I was gonna ask about. A big thing,
yeah,
I want to increase my hamstring capacity so I can get into hurdling multiple times a week
yeah. Are you
once the
doing hurdle
season
mobility
progresses.
before sessions in hurdles? Are you doing hurdle mobility like walkthroughs and stuff like that?
No, I have
Walkovers?
I have rhythm drills that I do. Other than that, it's more so dynamic flexibility. I will do some like I'll sit down and do some mobility before as
I
after
would
like
I
my
would
warm up.
consider doing like some like walkovers, like dynamic walkovers. There's a couple really good circuits that Dan Path uses, that Boosh Exnator use, where it's like 1 foot in each hurdle, stepping over, and then kick over. So it's like same leg, same hurdle, same leg, same hurdle, and then it's like
Yeah,
change a hurdle every single one. Those are both super easy and they work super well for warming up the hamstrings. And then just make sure that you're doing like sprint drills beforehand. So A skip, B skip, high knee, butt kick, straight leg bound, stuff like
yeah.
that. The biggest mistake I see people make is they either warm up too slow or warm up incorrectly. and then get into hurdles too fast, too soon, or they accumulate too much intense volume too early and that hurts them. So that's why I was saying you really, right now, especially even though you're coming off the season, you want to keep building on what you were doing, but don't have a major jump in volume. Try to keep it down to where like it's a 5-10% jump. I don't know what your coach seems pretty good. He should know that.
Yeah, we've been blending in just some volume stuff. So like I can give you an example. Last week we did a few 150s. They weren't completely all out, but they were enough to train some speed. And then after that, it was Wednesday practice. We did just some tempo 100s just to get some blood flow in the legs. And then we did stadium runs just for like general fitness.
Yeah, I mean that's like pretty general stuff right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because this is like the first week of preseason. He's keeping it super general.
Yeah, I mean, I would see if you can get more Excel work in, and then or what you could do is do the general days with him. So like, let's say the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday sessions are tempo work. You could basically substitute those out, move everything over a day. So your high intensity days, especially right now, your high intensity days are going to be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then you'll do whatever fitness work early in the morning that isn't running, and then in the evening you can get that stuff in, and that'll be like a really good blend. And then because are you going over hurdles with him right now then or no?
Yeah, he wanted me to stick with hurdles throughout the whole preseason just to make sure I don't lose any.
I think that's good. How are you doing that with the stadium runs and 110s and stuff? Are you doing it after?
Yeah, so last week we had a Friday session. We did some 5-step drills. It was more so just general drilling just to get back some fundamentals into it.
Yeah, I would just be really careful. So ideally you want training to be complementary and compatible. So I'd be really careful trying to blend running volume with fitness work with hurdling, because hurdling is so neurally demanding that you want to keep it on those high intensity sprint days. So like if it were me, I would say, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're doing your Excel work and doing three hurdles, over 3 hurdles. Maybe it's 320s, or you go 20, 30, 40 in your case on Monday, and then you're going 3 by 3 hurdles, you know what I mean, out of the blocks. And then Tuesday you come back and it's 110s easy. Then Wednesday you come in, you could probably do some max velocity work. If you feel good, go over hurdles. If you don't, move on. Thursday, let's say that would be the bleacher workout or something like that. And then Friday you come back and try to get some more hurdling in. Really the goal is to get as much hurdling in as you can handle, but it sounds like 1 day a week is probably a good place to start. Twice, I'd probably go I like hurdling on Wednesdays with guys. I think it pairs really nicely with like max velocity work and stuff, but you're going to have to listen to your body and kind of be audible ready with that. But the weight room stuff, I mean, it's going to build your tolerance up, but ultimately the sprinting is where you're going to get better. So you have to get that in at some point, and it's going to be difficult. Like with him, you're going to have to talk with him, and I don't know, maybe I would be very careful hurdling on a general day. So if you do decide to go Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, I don't know how you want to work around that. You're going to have to figure that out probably, I would say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what I would probably do is just tell him, like, I'll do the fitness work tomorrow. I'm going to do the hurdles today with you. That's probably what I would tell him. Like, I'm going to do Excel work and hurdles with you.
I've done that before with him, and he's perfectly fine about it. So I don't think it would be too hard getting that across to him.
Then, yeah, I would definitely have that conversation with him, because I think that'll go a long way. Any other stuff that you wanted to go over?
Other than that, I guess lifting wise, it sounds like it's going to be more higher volume.
Yeah, you're going to be right where you need to be with that. So I mean, really the only thing is I just need to see the sprints. I need to see the hurdles. I'll try to look at those later today. I'll have Ben or someone send him the chat, and I'll give some feedback. If you can, just remind them, say, hey, Ben, I talked to John. He asked me to send you these in to John, because if I don't see it, I won't see it. And I'm out of town right now, so I don't have my laptop. And then I'll be able to, give some feedback there, but I'll be curious to kind of see them. Outside of that, we don't have too much time. I guess we have a couple minutes. It sounds like you got all your questions answered. So I think what I'd like to do is in a month or two, we need to reconvene and then probably see what cycle to put you on next. And then I really would like to see some data on your 30-meter time at the end of the month. So try to get that done during the test week at some point.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
All right, brother. Well, it was good talking to you. I'm glad you've had a lot of fun and success with us. Track is my passion. It's my first love. So I love when track guys, take initiative and jump on calls.
Yeah, man. It's been great. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right. We'll talk soon, Jason.
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
See ya.